ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash got...
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us about 20 miles south of downtown L.A. at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and our home team. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, round 80. Hey, here we go.
First down, Rivers. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Delta!
Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Zero.
From the gun, Rivers. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Yeah, 180. 380. Easy. Tighten up.
Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the 2nd time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns. And that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25. And 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Rivers on the money, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. A first down throw here for Rivers. Gets it to Gordon. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now a carry by the 3rd-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Able to get this to Gordon. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Badgley's kick is good. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
And it's 3rd down. Push him back. Push him back.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Cousins gives way to Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. CD, put on your OC cap here. What do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Stay there.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Set. Hey, Brown 80. 54. Ahead. Screen. Back to screen. Check safety. Check safety. Check 24. Check 24. Delta! Switch! Behind! Behind!
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere. But they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback. And, indeed, he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him. Really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Cousins, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Following the interception here, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Stephen Weatherly able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Another try after the first down sack. Rivers across the formation. He's got a man. That's Allen. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 22 yards there, a first down. Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And a cutback right sideline. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A big play there on the option. 55 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
I know he might be a little winded after that previous long run, but now you're in goal-to-goal situation. That changes what you do defensively, and it worked for them on that play.
Maybe trying to reward him after that long run. We'll see if they go back to him again on the ground. They come out here in the eye. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Rivers. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen His 6th touchdown of the season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins now. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. A first down throw for Cousins. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 43. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Going deep for Diggs. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1, no quarterback sneak, no running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
2nd down and goal. Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. 3rd and goal for Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations, so he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Cousins now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. They run. Cook. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On second and inches, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. From the 39, Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Does the ball have the quarterback's hands quick enough? If you
the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Joey Bosa was sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And some space here. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 22.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Throwing, Rivers. This complete to Lockett. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Ben Gideon in on the stop.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Rivers pass. Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 17th touchdown now on the season. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
79, 89.
To throw, Rivers. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll bring up second down.
Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 yards on the play. First down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And a nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Throwing, Cousins. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, that turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
From the gun, Rivers. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Cousins. And it is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is Gordon. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Let's get it.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Working out of the gun, Rivers. It's caught, Lockett. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Rivers on 1st down. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Cousins throw complete to Thielen. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock up.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. On 3rd down, Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out and picked up by the Chargers. There he goes left side. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw, Cousins. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now Benjamin. Now a hit and a loose football. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the home team here, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.